Okay, so a couple of things. First of all, it's 5 p.m. and a change in daylight savings times does not result in a change of the placement of the sun, right? You're talking about the natural environment. You're going to pay attention to my building. You see the shadow of a building 1818 on my apartment. This is my building where my finger is pointed. This is my window right here. Both of those are my windows. This is my guest bedroom. That's my bedroom right here. And by the way, even you seeing the light on the window, understand we're talking about the illusion, okay? That shot, that the appearance of that light across does not result in what is light that's going to be shooting like a laser through the window. And then also on the outside of the building, because pay attention to this building, the impossible light that's all over the ground. The entity is suggesting that sunlight is not only bouncing off of surfaces, but also shooting through like a laser, okay? That's the pattern of conduct. But I want you to pay attention to the images. I gave you screenshots. I've captured the sunset, and that's in air quotes, the entity's sunset on multiple occasions. And all of this is, again, speaking to an illusion. It's a pattern of conduct. The sun is not rising and setting in alignment to the same address. Ever. It is literally as an entity that I'm sitting down on, but I'm breaking it down for you because I want you to see what is highly malicious, what is not, it's not intelligent, it's not even realistic, it's not scientific, all right, it's not logical, but the entity is engaging in this, and I want you to pay attention to every little nuance because I'm going to prosecute for that. Understand, okay? There's a reason why I'm going through this, but the entity is engaging in what is different at no time of day, but either am I ever focused in that direction. The entity is keeping its light source here, and it's in alignment to my office. The light is along this pathway, and the entity is engaging in what is the maintenance of what is impossible light activity. I want you to document. This is Tiffany CHERREZ, who's group stalking with her children, okay? This is what this is. They're walking in engineer light, and I want you to see this is demonic activity by those under the age of majority, and this is very unfortunate. The demon possessed. They're not over or under 18. Okay, because that's exactly what that is. The entity is engaging in what is the different product, okay? Light is now supposedly touching over my window. Pay attention to the close-up images. Pay attention to the video that I've already captured before. The entity is at no time engaging in what is this behavior because I point out every single detail. The entity that is behind, okay? Again, the entity is witnessing the creation of what is federal legislation over its demonic behavior, over its criminal conduct, which it never anticipated. As I point out the nuances, as I point out the details, the entity is behind me, okay? And then adjusting. Understand what that is. Under all circumstances, is it impossible? The entity is setting a light source over me while I am on the 60 freeway on March 11, 2021. The entity is keeping a light source in conformity to a well-documented pattern of conduct. Capturing the phenomenon is in no way speaking to anything that's going to change. The phenomenon is the pattern of conduct where you're subject to state stalking. The entity is in what is a venue, and that doesn't change ever. Under all circumstances, even while I'm pointing out the nuance, the sun is never rising and setting literally on the opposite side of an apartment. This is my building, rising in alignment to my apartment and setting in alignment to my apartment, not the natural environment. But even so, I want to go even deeper, and the entity is changing, and you will see it. Yesterday's documentation, the date was March 10, 2024, and in the compare the P.O.C. folder, I gave you screenshots. You can review the video by yourself, but I also gave you screenshots. Pay attention to where the light is hitting on the apartment. A change in time, 1 hour, does not result in what is any different behavior by the natural environment. All we are doing as human beings is adjusting the time, okay? I just want to point out common sense for you. Okay, so the entity is engaging in what is all entity. None of this is sunlight. It's all engineered light. But I also want you to pay attention to where the entity is placing its engineered light, as though that's any explanation for what is the engineered light that has nothing to do with what you see on the ground. Because the entity engages in this conduct with light behavior when there is no fake sun in the sky. That's how you have multiple shadows, by the way, at nighttime, because it has nothing to do with artificial lights that you purchase at the store. Okay, this is demonic. It's a demonic environment, and the demon possessed surround, and the demon possessed are not sharp. They're not the sharpest tools in the drawer. They're not. I'm showing it to you. Okay. But anyway, pay attention to that detail. I want you to pay attention to that. What the entity is doing now is also witnessing and being reminded, I guess, of what is a whole record that it cannot in any way address. And what's also being documented, what really matters, is the fact that the entity is still engaging in what is targeting me, still engaging in what is terrorizing me, still engaging in what is sexually offending and violating me, while it is while it is monitoring the ongoing documentation of the fact that it's a terrorist and a sex offender. Legally relevant. Okay, doing so via children. This is minions that are under the age of 18. So that's something, in case you're new to the whole concept of demon possession, it's not anything that's in any way limited to the rules and laws that we as human beings make. Demon possession is a spiritual condition of darkness, and I have witnessed and been and this is why you're also going to legislate around it, because the entity engaging in this is the merging of what are legal principles and also terrorism, and in the same way that you would punish for a sex offense committed by an underage person, in the same way that you would punish and legislate around an underage person that's engaging in an act of terrorism. Federal group stalking and monitoring it's domestic terrorism. It's going on unfortunately here in the United States, and you just witnessed what is criminal facilitation. Tiffany CHERREZ, a heavily documented group stalker, she's going to federal prison. She will be losing custody of her children, and she is literally witnessing and what is her own prosecution to her own demise. And not only what she did right now, what she's facilitating, it's going against the entire entity. The people of the state are acting via Tiffany CHERREZ, who likes to send her children to engage in what is a sex offense and what is an act of terrorism against an American citizen who she knows is documenting it. This is a psychopath, okay? She's not only a threat to the public, she's a threat to her own children. And that's just based on what she's doing. I don't need to name call. This is what they're engaging in. It's 5:21 p.m. and this is P.O.C.